Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm really excited because I'm finally doing my French beauty haul. So for about 2 months since my birthday, this bag has been sitting in my bedroom staring at me, and obviously I haven't been able to use any of the products because I haven't shown you any of them yet and then they'd get all messy and disgusting. It's just been sat there staring at me. This is the dedication I have. This is a lot of stuff. So this is a combination of trips. So we went to Paris and Toulouse for my birthday in April. And then I also went to Avène and Montpellier with Avène. Should we crack on with some of the products? I'm so excited. And now there's a massive lorry outside my house just making noise. Seriously. Oh, they're squeaking now. Squeaking's fun. Should we start with Sephora? Because I think that's the most exciting thing. So I went to 2 Sephora. So I went to one in Paris and I went to one in Montpellier. So this is kind of a combination of the two. So the first thing I got was this aloe vera hand mask. So I've tried the Sephora own brand eye masks and they were absolutely wonderful. I've spoken about them before. So I thought this hand mask sounded quite exciting. It's just an actual glove and you put your hands in and leave them for like 10-15 minutes. It's probably a treat thing. It's not like I'm going to get them and do them every week, but I thought I'd just give them a go. If you followed me for a while, you'll have heard me talk about these Sephora lip creams. They are incredible. They're one of the best matte liquid lipsticks I've tried. I already have about 6, I think, but I saw these two and although in this light they look very, very similar, they're actually a little bit different. Oh, they don't put the names on the bottoms. This is number 3, which I think is called Strawberry Kiss or something like that, but I'll put all the information in the description bar below. And this one is number 9. Sticking with the lip products, I saw these when I was in Paris and they looked really, really exciting. These are the Sephora Wonderful Cushions. These are kind of like a matte lip cream, but not in the same way that the actual Sephora lip creams are. So these don't really dry down to a super, super matte finish like those do. These come out in kind of a ball, like a foamy ball on the end, and you squeeze out the cream and then apply. So they can get a little bit messy because it's a ball applicator. It's quite hard to get a defined line. So these are more for a kind of subtle wash of colour rather than, I would say, you know, a proper bold lip. So although I got some fairly bright colours, I think you'd have to be quite careful when you're applying them. I've been really, really impressed with these. I recommended them to all the girls that I was shopping with on the event at Roma in Montpellier, and a couple of them picked them up and they seemed really, really pleased with them. And the last lip product I got, I was very reserved in Sephora, was the Sephora lip liner to go. So they do these really cute little mini lip liners and they're so cheap and they have hundreds of colours. Hundreds is an over-exaggeration. Moving on to face, I decided to try the Sephora Own. I kind of went a bit crazy with the Sephora Own on this trip. Sephora Own High Coverage Concealer. I've not given this too much of a go. I'm going to update everybody with, you know, what I think of all these different products at a later date because, as I said, I've tried a few of them out, but most of them have just sat in the corner of my bedroom for about 2 months. Oops. So when I swatched this in store, it looked like it had a lot of pigmentation, it looked quite high coverage, but it didn't look super thick and greasy. So I have high hopes for this. The other face product I got was another Sephora Own, and this is the Smoothing and Brightening Concealer. It's really great to see that more brands are starting to do colour correcting products because obviously for me, I have redness from my rosacea and I need a lot of products to kind of cover that. So any kind of colour correcting products are really, really great for me. I know that green colour correctors are often used to cover redness and that's what I typically use, but yellow can also be used as well. The rest of the products that I got were eye related. The first one is this Sephora eyeshadow in Watermelon Falls. So I've tried Sephora eyeshadows before and I've been really, really impressed, and I'm obsessed with kind of coppery, cranberry, maroony eyeshadows. So when I saw this one, I knew I had to pick it up. Similarly to the mini lip liners, they also do mini eyeliners. I got the Sephora eye pencil to go in 2 shades. I got white, which I thought would look really good as a base to more bright eyeliners, and I also got this dark grey one. I picked up 3 eyebrow products. So I got the Sephora waterproof retractable brow pencil, which I've had before and I thought was a really, really good dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is in, why do I keep looking for shades when I know that they don't put the shades? Oh, they did put the shade to make me look like an idiot. This is 03 Rich Chestnut. I actually swatched these. Originally went for the one that's quite blonde, but it looked really warm on me and I thought it'd be too light for my brows. I also got one of the Sephora brow thickeners. So I have to hold this really carefully because it's got like a... There's quite a few of these products out at the moment. I think I've seen quite a few different brands coming out with these kind of products, but they are basically... God, that ball is really annoying, isn't it? It's basically like a tiny little applicator and then it's got powder on it, and I like the idea of it. I don't know if it's going to be really messy, but it says that it intensifies structures and volumizes brows, giving a natural long-lasting result. So I got this in 01 Blonde, so we'll see if it's a good match for my eyebrows. That ball is doing my head in already. And the last brow product I got was the Sephora Universal Brow Freeze, which is a kind of waxy, clear, come on, pencil. I did try this out in Montpellier and it did not work. The problem I have with my eyebrows is that when it gets to the more kind of bushy bit, they tend to just flop down. Does anyone else get this? And I did try this in Montpellier. I've only tried it once, but it didn't really work, so I may need to have a bit more of a play with it. And the last product I got from Sephora was a mascara. I don't think I've tried any Sephora mascaras before, but this one just appealed to me because of the massive, ridiculous, kind of twisty, curly packaging. So this is the Outrageous Curl, which is for dramatic volume and curve. Considering it's a gigantic tube of mascara, the actual brush is teeny tiny. So that's all the Sephora stuff. Right, so I think I'm going to talk about the products that I got when I was in the south of France visiting my parents who live just outside Toulouse. So I didn't want to go too crazy with beauty shopping in Toulouse because I knew I was going to Paris. So I was quite restrained, but there were a few things that I picked up. The first thing is something that I was super excited about, but is really not that exciting. So excuse me for a little bit while I just have a mini freak out. So I use flannels every day to wash my face. Just prepare yourself because this is so dull. I use flannels to wash my face every day, and when I go and visit my parents, they've always got these amazing flannels. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said the words amazing flannels. This is what my life has come to. I am old. Amazing flannels. Basically, they're these little mitts. So you put your hand in and it's just flannel fabric, and then there's a thing on both sides. I can't help it. That excites me. I know, it's disturbing, but I just think these are really great. I don't, you know, I think it's just a lot easier to wash your face. What more can I say? These are technically not a French product that I bought on my holiday, but I bought them on the way, so I'm kind of lumping them in with all the rest of them. So these Bourjois Rouge Edition Velvets I've spoken about loads of times before. I think they're one of the best high street matte liquid lipsticks I've ever tried, and I have quite a few already, but I saw these two new colours, I think they're new, and I really wanted them. So this is Don't Pink of It, which is a really lovely kind of pinky nude, and this is Plum Plum Girl, which is a really pretty dark purpley pink. You probably will have seen that L'Oreal Paris do their collection exclusive range of lipsticks, which is where they try and match colourings of celebrities. So if you've got a similar colouring to Julianne Moore or Eva Longoria or Helen Mirren or whatever, you would pick the red, pink or nude that goes with their kind of skin tone. And obviously in the UK we have people like, we have Helen Mirren, we have Cheryl, but all over the world they would have people who are famous in that part of the world. So obviously in France they're not going to give a crap about Cheryl's lipstick because, you know, they have their own celebrities obviously. And so every time I see pictures of the wider range of the L'Oreal lipsticks, I'm just like, oh my god, I need that one. And one of them, sorry that wasn't attractive, and one of them is the Layla pink. I don't know who Layla is. I think I looked her up when I was in France, and I think she's an actress slash model. So I picked up her pink to go with the rest of the pinks that I've got for the UK range, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's a really bright, summery, tropical pink, and it's so pretty. I was really desperate to find Letitia Caster's red, but I could not find that anywhere. I've looked in every kind of supermarket, parapharmacy, in every French city I've been to, and they are just nowhere to be found. So I also went into Kiko. I love Kiko and I love it in the UK as well, but I went over there and they were having a huge sale like they usually are. So I just picked up a few little bits and pieces. So the first thing is the Kiko Frozen Smoothies Nail Lacquer. So I really like Kiko. nail varnishes. I don't like this new packaging. I think it looks really, really cheap and horrible, but anyway. So these are kind of pastel-y colours, and they've got really small flecks of grey and kind of look like ice. So yeah, they do kind of like frozen smoothies, but I thought this one looked really, really pretty, so I decided to pick it up. The next thing I got was the Kiko Kohl pencil in 104. I can't even remember what colour this is because I bought it so long ago. Oh my gosh! So I've just written a blog post saying how much I want this shade of eyeliner, and obviously I just completely forgotten that I bought it 2 months ago because it's been sat in the corner of my bedroom. Blogger problems. So this is the bright orange eyeliner, and I'm really, really excited to try this out. I think it's going to look really, really cool in the summer. That's embarrassing. Don't tell my husband that I'm buying things and forgetting I bought them. The next one is the Cream Lasting Colour eyeshadow in 05. So this is just a really pretty, kind of like a gold taupe kind of colour. I swatched the whole range in the shop, and this is the one that, as you know, as you swatch something and you go ooh without even meaning to, it just kind of pops out. That's what I did when I swatched this one. Right, so the bin men have now buggered off. I lead such a glamorous life. Okay, my camera just turned off for no reason. That's fun. Yeah, I was sniffing this like a weirdo. I don't know what it smells like, but it smells incredible. Cool story, bro. We went to Paris for my birthday, and my friends Tom and Jen came along as well, and they got me some amazing birthday presents, but one of the most exciting was the Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipstick in Androgyny. I've wanted this colour for a really, really long time. So I love the packaging of Jeffree Star. It's just so kind of tacky and kitchen over the top. I love it. This is a really, really lovely nudie, mauvey, purpley gorgeousness. That's probably the description on the website. You can have that one, Jeffree, don't worry. So when I was in Montpellier, I went into a tiny little parapharmacy, and I'd never tried Mavala nail varnishes before because in the UK they're about £8, I think, for these dinky tiny little bottles, whereas over there they were about €3.20 or something. So I was just like, yeah. So I got 3 colours. So kind of the colours that I always go for, but these looked really, really cute. I got 2 skincare products in Montpellier. The first was from Avène, and so there's a lot of products that are available in France from Avène but that aren't available in the UK, and this is one of the ones I was really excited by. This is from the Clénance range, which is for spot prone skin, and this is the spot treatment. So it's a tiny little pencil with a clear waxy formula inside, and basically it's just a localized treatment, so you just draw it onto a spot and it helps to dry it out and helps it to heal quicker. So I'm excited to try that out. I don't get very many spots. I think my rosacea keeps me busy enough in that department, but I thought for those pesky ones that come up every so often, usually before a big event, just to really annoy you, I thought I would try this out. And the only other skin product I got in Montpellier was this mask from Cartier, and I think I've heard Caroline Hirons talking, Hirons? Yes. If you just want a generic mud mask, then go for something cheap. This is the pink clay one with aloe vera, which is for sensitive skin. Haven't tried this out yet, but I have high hopes for it. I pretty much bought the entirety of City Pharma, but I'm really, really excited to try some of these things out. As you know, in my skincare shake-ups that I do every month on the blog, I change my skincare every month, give it a good go of trying things out. So some of these things might not appear on the blog for quite a while, but keep your eye out. If there's anything that you want me to try above everything else, if there's anything you're super interested in, then leave me a comment below and I'll bump it up the list. I did a lot of damage in Paris. My husband is now completely used to me doing this. He was assisting me by pointing out pharmacies, and he even came into City Pharma with me, which I think is just a sign that he truly loves me if he's willing to go into City Pharma. So when I was researching pharmacies to go to in Paris, everybody said go to City Pharma, and I kind of just resisted and resisted because I've heard it's hell on earth. So it's the place that even Parisian women go to for their skincare because it is very, very cheap and they do some really, really good bulk buy deals, but it is a nightmare. So I wanted to avoid it as much as possible, tried to find a lot of smaller pharmacies near to where we were staying in Bastille, but by the end of the trip I kind of resigned myself to the fact, because I was looking at some of the prices that people were talking about and I was just like, oh my gosh, yes, okay, I have to go. So I did pick up a few things in small pharmacies, but most of this was in City Pharma. It is hell on earth. Like, if you suffer from claustrophobia, or if you get quite anxious quite quickly, or you feel quite stressed in those kind of situations, then just do not go. I think in hindsight, yes, the deals were really good and I did save a lot of money, but I don't think it was worth it for how stressed and kind of I felt the whole time I was in there. The staff are really rude because they're just so busy trying to restock the shelves. I reckon I saw about 25-30 staff in there at any one time, constantly just going and restocking shelves because it's just so crazy busy. Everybody is crammed into really small space, and it's horrible. You can't walk around and kind of browse. You do have to go in. I had my list. I knew exactly what everything looked like. I knew where I was going, and I could just really quickly go in. It was like supermarket sweep. I was just like panic buying. But I think if you just want to browse and kind of get some advice from the pharmacists and things like that, then I would go to a proper parapharmacy, because they are wonderful places. The person in there will talk to you. They will find out all about your skin. They will ask you loads of questions. They're all actually trained. They will actually give you advice, whereas in here they just want you in and out as soon as possible. I'm going to try and do this by brand. I bought a lot, it's ridiculous. So first is La Roche-Posay. I speak about La Roche-Posay a lot on my blog. They are a really, really gentle brand. I've tried a lot of their products and they are really great for sensitive skin. And I picked up a few things that I've tried before and a few things that I've never tried. So the first thing is one of my absolute favourite products from them in the whole entire world, which is the Cicaplast Balm B5. I actually bought two sizes of this. I bought my regular size, which is enormous, which lives by the side of my bed because I cannot be without it. And I bought a little mini version, which is 40 ml, so that I can take that away with me so I'm never without it. I absolutely love this stuff. It's so great for when I'm getting my dermatitis flare-ups around my eyebrows and my temples. And it's just so wonderfully hydrating and soothing. I really recommend it to everybody. The other two products I got from La Roche-Posay are from the Effaclar range. So this is the Purifying Foaming Gel for Oily Sensitive Skin. So I have super oily skin, but also I can't use things that are too stripping because of my rosacea. So I thought this sounded absolutely brilliant, and it's in a huge tube, so I doubt I'll be able to get through this in a million years. Okay, so the last product I got from La Roche-Posay is the Effaclar K. So I'd heard this was really great for oily skin and also blackheads. So it's meant to mattify the skin and keep sebum at bay for up to 8 hours, and it also really works on blackheads. So I thought I would again apply this to my T-zone and see how it goes. I got quite a few things from Bioderma. Bioderma are obviously famous for their micellar water, which I absolutely love. It's still the best one I've ever tried. What? Come on, work with me. So I thought I'd pick up a few of their other things because I don't think I've tried anything else from Bioderma. The thing I was most excited about and the thing that I was looking everywhere for was this new Bioderma Anti-UV Mist. I've heard about this from people raving about it for ages and ages and ages. I went to Paris, stocked up on it, and then by the time I got back from Paris, it had already launched in the UK. What a moron. But it was a lot cheaper in France, so it's kind of okay. So the idea is that it's SPF 30 and it's in a light spray. So it is not meant to be your one and only SPF. The idea is that you put your SPF on as normal in the morning, and then you pop that in your handbag, and then throughout the day you can kind of top up, because you can spray it over makeup, which I think is so clever. I'm so sick of things that you spray over your face and it just leaves like big blobs of white crap all over your face and completely ruins your makeup. So these are really wonderful, and I took them away to a ven and I've taken them out. I know I'm going to be out all day and I just want to keep topping up my SPF if I'm in the sun more than I would like to be. So yeah, I got 3 cans of that. Not excessive in any way. I also got the Bioderma moisturizer, which is the matte control one in the green packaging. I've heard really great things about this. It's meant to be really great for oil control and also really hydrating and good for sensitive skin. And the last thing I got from Bioderma is the Ultra Soothing Balm. This is for very dry, irritated to atopic sensitive skins, and it's good for anti-itching. So I thought when I was having a flare up and my skin just feels all prickly and hot and horrible, this would be a really great thing to put on to try and calm it down. I got 2 products from Nuxe. One is the Melting Cleansing Gel with Rose Petals, which I've heard is absolutely dreamy. It smells incredible. I really like Nuxe products. They're very kind of luxurious, and you feel very pampered when you're using them. And the other one is the Creme Fraiche de Beauté Serum. This is another thing that I've heard loads of people talk about, and it's meant to be very moisturising, but very light. 24-hour soothing and moisturising serum. As with when I'm going anywhere and buying any kind of makeup or skincare, I do so much research beforehand to find out what everybody likes. But I'd heard quite a lot about this one from Ducray. This is the Kelual DS, and it's a soothing cream, squamo reducing. Squamo is now my all-time favourite word. It's for irritated skins with redness and scales. So scales is a really horrible way of describing what my face does, but when I'm having a dermatitis flare up, the skin around my cheeks and on my temples and around my forehead does go into scales. It's as gross as it sounds, and it's really, really horrible because obviously you can't put makeup on it because it's like really intensive dry skin. It just looks disgusting. I thought that this would be really, really great, and my dad also suffers with a similar thing, so I thought I would try this out, see if it was any good, and then perhaps pass it on to him if it was. Another product that was really, really high on my list of things to try was this Cloran leave-in conditioner. So I went to an event with Cloran a little while ago, and the girls there were using this in some of their demonstrations, and they were all raving about it, and it's not available in the UK until the end of summer, I think. And basically as soon as I tried it and put it in my hair, I was just like, okay, well, I have to buy it. Like, why isn't it available now? Give it to me immediately. Trying to steal them off the table, like trying to scrape them into my bag as I was leaving. This is the mango butter one, and it smells so good. You can apply it to damp hair or you can apply it to dry hair, which is what I do, and it just smooths the end, smooths down any frizz. I'm not wearing it today, don't worry, my hair is bonkers today. The last 3 products I got are complete panic buys. So when I was going around and I felt really, really panicked in City Pharma, I just would, anytime I saw anything for reactive skin or sensitive skin or anti-redness, I was just like, yep, you're coming with me, come on, get in the basket. And so these are the 3 things. So this is Dermajour, who I've never heard of, Ericalm, soothing care for reactive skin. It just seems to be like a, not like a moisturizer, but more like a treatment cream. So that one came with me. Aderma, a brand I've heard of before. This is their anti-redness mask. I love a good mask. And Topicreme ultra moisturizing body milk for sensitive and dry skin. I've heard this is really, really good for super dry and keratosis pilaris, kind of chicken skinny arms and legs. So I thought I would give that a go. And that is everything. I know, it was a bit excessive. I kind of went a bit wild. Thank you so much for watching this haul. I hope it wasn't too crazy and rushed. I didn't want this to go on for hours and hours, so I tried to rush through everything. I'll put as much information as I can in the information bar box below. I'll try and put some links in if you can buy any of this stuff in the UK. If not, I will just try and link to where I bought these from if I can. If I can remember, there were quite a lot of places. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'd really, really love it if you subscribed. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much, bye! Range, which is for Scott prone skin. Skin that is prone to men called Scott. Coverage and but there was loads of different flavours. I've spoken about hello, it's all in flipping French, innit? Just buy stuff, don't I? Just buy stuff, don't even know what it does. Don't know what shade it is. Which looks dark in the stick, but actually looks okay on the back of my hand. Why did I say it like this? Pardon me. The Glamour, burping and bin lorries. A memoir. So these Bourjois Rouge, I promise I haven't been drinking. Stop talking.